Hello everybody, my name is Jocelyn. I'm a rising sophomore at George Mason University. I am in the honors college. I'm majoring in neuroscience on a pre-med track, hoping to become a doctor. And this summer of 2025, I decided to study abroad in Rome in Italy, in Rome, with the Mason faculty-led program by our very own Professor Humberto. And it was honestly one of the best decisions I ever decided to do. And I'm so glad I took the step forward and choosing to study abroad, getting out of my comfort zone and coming to Rome, the place, and like the saying says, all roads lead back to Rome. And I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about my experience here in Rome, why I loved it so much, my favorite highlights, and why I think you guys should also decide to study abroad, whether it's in Rome or anywhere else that your heart desires to go. So to start off, I am a Coptic Orthodox Christian, and the reason I even decided to want to come to Italy is because of the impact that Italy, and specifically Rome, had on the spread of Christianity to all other countries. Because when Rome declared that Christianity as its national religion, it really helped spread the rest of Christianity to the rest of the world, and especially it led to missionaries and just like the gospel being spread to all the other countries. So that was one of the biggest reasons that I've always wanted to come to Rome, and not to mention my very deep love for history and the impact that history had on modern times today. I've always loved history. I've loved the meaning of things, and I've honestly always loved traveling. I've loved traveling, and I think my favorite thing about traveling is the new experiences I have there, is learning from the people around me, is from growing, and just like growing as a person. I've always loved interacting with people. I've always been a very people person. I love getting to know other people. I've loved interacting with them, and getting to know people I necessarily wouldn't have talked to. I'm a very outgoing person. So because of those main topics, or those main reasons, I decided that from a very young age, actually, that I wanted to study abroad. And in fact, during my college application process, I made sure that as I was researching the college and applying to a college, that I picked a university that would allow me to study abroad and had programs I was interested in. And George Mason met all the requirements for my major, and it also had this amazing program which would send me to Rome, which would have cooking classes, which would take us to museums and give me an apartment to stay in. And so it checked all my boxes, and that's when I decided to go off to Rome. And then once I came to Rome, I fell in love with the people, with the culture, with the food. Everything was amazing. The first week we were here, me and my roommates clicked right away. We hit the city every single night. We visited the Capitoline museums as a big group. We did cooking classes. We did things that I never thought I'd be able to do. I speak Arabic and I speak English and a little bit of Spanish, and being able to learn Italian and being able to use it with the locals here has been such a dream come true, and something I never thought I would be able to do. I love going out in the city at night, meeting other tourists, but also getting to interact with the locals. And one of my favorite parts about actually being in Italy and studying abroad is having my own place to stay in. When you study abroad, you can either choose to be with a family, or you can choose to stay in an apartment. And I got to stay in an apartment, like I mentioned, with my roommates. I have two other girl roommates, and together we went everywhere. And what I honestly really love about studying abroad is that you make it what you want to make it. What you put in is what you're going to get out. And I told myself that this study abroad program is something that I'm going to put in a lot in, because I want to get a lot out of it. When you travel, when you meet new people, when you get out of your comfort zone, and when you are yourself in another country, it's when you're able to grow, and it's when you're able to learn, and that's the type of stuff I love to do. And not only were we able to explore different parts of Rome, like the Colosseum, the Forum Hill, Circus Maximus. We're going to go to the Vatican museums. I've been to the Vatican. We've been everywhere in Rome. We also had the opportunity and the privilege of being able to travel to other parts of Italy. Me and my roommates, we went to Amalfi, where we got to look at the beaches, where we got to climb the insane hills and to see some of the most beautiful views I've ever seen. We went to Siena where we went horseback riding, and we went to Florence when we went on this like like a huge Dante scavenger hunt so we can get those Dante points for our professor. And it was so much fun. It was so much fun getting out of my comfort zone. It was so much fun to just like truly live life. And I will conclude with the reason why I think everybody should study abroad is because I think it's so important to share what you've been given to the world. It's when you kind of just stay in your hometown where you're not letting yourself get out there and you're not letting yourself go out and meet new people. It's when you study abroad, it's when you get out of your comfort zone where you're not only benefiting, but you're also impacting you're positively impacting the people around you. You're gonna experience and meet some incredible people while you're studying abroad. You're gonna have experiences in this country, in the country that you're studying abroad in, that will impact you forever because it's a summer that you're dedicating, or if you choose to do a winter term, it's a time of your life where you're dedicated to just like go out. It's to live your life, to have your own apartment, to cook for yourself, to be able to budget, to be able to like go out and make the most of your time. I can't even put it into words how much I believe each and every single person should take an opportunity to go and study abroad and to truly enjoy the life that we've been blessed with, to make each and every single moment count. And that is the motto I live my life by, and that is why I hope you also choose to study abroad. Those are just a couple highlights from my study abroad program here in Rome, and I loved it so much, and I hope that you also are able to have the opportunity to get to study abroad. And not to mention, I am currently at Villa Borghese, one of my favorite parks and one of my favorite areas actually of Rome, and I chose to film this program here because of its beautiful scenery and the fact that I just honestly love it here so much. Thank you and bye.